Hey, what's up? Welcome to Degen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts like the chart behind me, which is of natural gas. And I will also be going over UNG, which is United States natural gas, as well as 2x leveraged natural gas, which is ticker symbol BOIL. But before I get into the charts, I just wanted to briefly go over this forecast that I had went over in the last video, just mentioning that natural gas could turn bullish on a sustained move over $3 in the title there. Also, coming down here, it does mention that the NYMEX price for the full year of 2024 is forecasted to average $3.50. So I do think that is something to keep in mind for the year. And also, I do want to bring up weather and its impacts. And so just from this little section, I have this bit highlighted that the mild winter has led to reduced consumption, impacting market dynamics during the traditional high demand winter heating season. And so the Energy Information Administration, or the EIA, has forecasted near normal weather conditions for the remainder of the winter heating season. However, you may be aware that that might not be true anymore because it looks like we've got some winter storms hitting the U.S., such as Winter Storm Ember currently hitting the East Coast. More news on Winter Storm Ember, which, as you can see, is over here. And then also, it looks like next week, towards the end of the week, we could be seeing, actually, I need to move down more. There's so many articles on Ember because it's having a pretty big impact on the country. Looks like Winter Storm Finn, heading east from the west, is going to have a pretty big impact on the U.S. Looks like there have been some accidents, pileups from Ember, lots of stuff going on with winter storms, and that is going to affect the price of natural gas, i.e., it's going to be driving it up. And so looking at the chart of natural gas, we have seen a lot of nice moves over the past few weeks. And it looks like we have formed a bottom that was hit on December 13th. And so because of that, I've done a new Fibonacci retracement going from the high of October 31st coming down to the low of December 13th. And so from this downtrend that we saw, there was this gap that was formed between December 8th and December 11th over the weekend. And so I do have this blue line marking that, which looks like it was a pretty tough level for price to get above, a number of rejections there. And because of that, because of this consolidation there, that could be a key level that natural gas may be revisiting if there is to be a pullback. I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but it is quite possible that does happen. So it's something to consider. And so from this retracement, it looks like the price has settled out on, January 5th, Friday, at the 382 retracement level, and actually being slightly above that, closing at a price of $2.80.4. So I do think that's pretty great for, the price action of last week, moving from this blue line above the 236 level and closing the week above the 382. I do think it will continue higher, like $3 as mentioned in that forecast, being right about here where the cursor is. So we could be seeing the 50% retracement acting as support in the near future, and then moving up even higher, potentially to $3.50. That would be right around here where the cursor is. So we could be moving up to and beyond the 786 retracement. So I do think, this is pretty important to be paying attention to, and that we do have a lot of upside potential. However, it's also good to consider that there could be a pullback, retesting this level as support before continuation higher. So we'll just have to see. But looking over At the charts here on UNG, I also have this blue line marking the gap that also seemed to serve as resistance, could be support in the future. And the close of the week at $5.84 corresponds to being above the 382 Fibonacci level as well. And closing above that, with that price at $5.67. Possible that will be retested during next week, maybe getting a bounce there before moving higher, like to the 50% retracement at $6. Or, maybe these 786, which would be at a price of around $6.90. And then Boyle, which is, for me personally, my favorite. It's the one that I'm holding. I've got the gap drawn here, which would be going down to a price of $29.46, so possible that will serve as support. We did close the week at a price of $35.39, which surprisingly is not at the 382 level. It's actually at the 236 level. So we didn't get as much of a move upwards as we did with UNG or the commodity natural gas. And so I do think that is something to consider if, like with UNG or with natural gas, we are expecting a return to the 786 or above, getting to 350 at some point this year. We might not get that high with Boyle just because it was leveraged on the way down. So this distance is, basically twice as far. Moving up to the 786 would again be moving, like twice as far as UNG or natural gas. So it's possible this might just get to, the 382 or the 50% retracement, which would be prices of $41.31 to the 382, or the 50% retracement will be $46.71. So I do think that is important to note. It would be wonderful if we did get a retracement to the 786 at a price of $59.80 or approximately $60. But I do think it is important, especially with something like Boyle that is leveraged, to not only be, securing gains and I think it's important to be securing gains and protecting potential losses, because this could pull back notably, just like this massive move down. It was about twice as much as UNG and natural gas. So I do think that is something to consider moving forward. Trim as it goes up, add as it dips. That's at least what I'm doing, but you do you. And if you found this helpful, make sure you like the video and share your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching.